clicked on the test, I was able
Mhm.
to see, like, I guess, like, where you made the comment, like, what I had missed. And so I was able just to look at that and
Mhm.
see.
Great. All right. Yeah. Okay. It's nice to hear what you guys are think, and at the same time, I'm trying to improve uh, the experience with this course, and of course, the learning objectives that we have. So if you have any comments, if you have anything that we need to improve, or anything you want to add to the course, just let me know. And really appreciate uh, of your comments. So it doesn't have to be now. You can always send me an email. Anything else that you want to add to the course. And sometimes, I know the grading is a little bit slow because I have multiple sections and many students, but I'm trying to catch up. So, if you really anxious or you think I need to pick it up, just let me know so that I can do it much quicker. So, all right. So if you don't have any question about the tests, and this week we're working on project 2, which is a little different from the textbook. All right. Can you see it?
Yes, we can
All
see.
right, great. Okay. All right, so that's the Excel. Here's the direction. All right, so here's what we have. We have a soybean field, and they try to measure, or they try to test how much of those soybean can be grown, and they have sample plots. Okay, this is the yield worksheets. Okay, and some of them are already filled in, so that's why you have some numbers out there, but I'm just looking at column A, right? That's the total soybean crop. That's the total, size, total area in the field. Then they have sample area that they trying to see how much soybean they can grow. So that's the number of rows, 4, row width, 7.5, rows length, 21 inch. Those are the inches. They are given in the directions. Okay. Then some of those slots or cells with formulas. Again, the direction give you how to find out those numbers. For example, sample area. That's the multiplying those 3 numbers: B7, B8, B9. So to give you total area for the sample. So that's the inch, right? So because it's inch, you're going to convert it into acres, which is take the inch divided by H4, which is this number, because you're converting. So number is huge, 6 million, whatever those inches in 1 acre, right? So that's what this number comes from. So that's basically what we're trying to do here. So based on some data or some numbers are given, then we're going to calculate to find out what's the sample plot, and from that sample area, how much of soybean can be grown. Okay, so that's the whole idea of this exercise. I think it's somewhat similar as the module itself and the case problems, I think, is somewhat similar to find, or to calculate. And so, those calculations go on in terms of soybean count, which is the next, number of pods, so how many seeds per pod and total seeds, so you just multiply by those two numbers. Then you convert it to pounds. Then also they're going to put it into bushels, so that's how they're going to sell in the market. Those things are given as well. An estimated bushel per acre. Again, you take that bushel divided by B11, which is, the acre in terms of sample area. Then historic average, there comes the average for column E, so which is given already, column E. So then you take that and round the number to the integer, because what you're going to get is, because the average is going to give you multiple decimal places. The median, that's for the column E again. Then you're going to find total yields in terms of bushel. So you take B19, which is that estimated bushel per acre, by B4, which is total area. Okay, so that's the total. That other area above, those are the sample area. So, and total revenue. Now we know how much, how many bushels coming out of, total area. Then you just multiply by B7, which is the number of rows. Then 24, which is number of bushels. Okay, so again, though all those directions are in the given, but I guess somewhat understanding what it's saying can be a little bit difficult sometimes, because you have so many different items you need to deal with, and converting sometimes can make a little tricky. So that's the yield. Then we have growth. So this worksheets, let me make it a little bit bigger. So in terms of soybean growth, so that was the how much soybeans can grow, but this deals with the harvest time. So, we try to pinpoint the harvest time in terms of temperature are given, because we have daily low and daily high. And here's the CHU. That's kind of formula they developed over the years. When might be the best time to be harvest, so that they can calculate all those numbers. So CHU, that's the measurement they come up with. So that's the crop heat units. What they call a CHU measures the growth of the crop in response to the changing temperature. Okay, so it's about, that's trying to make it, a perfect timing, so that they can, they can have a harvest depending on the temperature, of course. So that's what they're trying to do. So they figured, minimum plus maximum divided by 2 minus base temperature. Okay, so that's the formula they developed. So we don't have to know where they come from, because they all figure from the history or a bunch of data they have. So that's what we're going to apply. So column D, E, F are given. So we're going to calculate CHU, which is again this providers. So that's a maximum of E5, M8. So M8 is actually the minimum temperature. Okay, so what it's saying is there's a lower standard. Okay, you cannot go below minimum temperature. And we have maximum temperature, meaning that the temperature may not go over. Then the crop or soybean can be trouble. So you try to maintain between 50 and 75. So that's why they're using these two numbers and put it into this formula. Okay. So that with this CHU number, then they're going to estimate when is going to be best time to harvest. Okay. So that's what column G will do. And cumulative CHU, so what they're going to do is they're going to add all this value, which is CHU, that's the, coming out of those different temperature. And they have to add them up so that they know when is the best time to be very close to the optimal level of CHU. Okay, so that's, as you can see, they're all growing. As you move down, the temperature or number is growing, right? So that they are very close, those numbers are getting close to the harvest time until it reaches certain points. It's like 1,933. That's about, that's that kind of optimum number you should be to be cropped. Okay. So, so that's why we need to find the cumulative or running total for the CHU. Then next thing we're going to do is column I. So we have the number in terms of cumulative CHU. Now it's time to translate this. Okay. So rather than just manually, we can see where it is. We want to show it in the worksheets and pinpoint which one is it. Okay. So that we can apply the same thing to over and over to other worksheets. Okay. So we develop if statement and see which number or which point that this harvest is ready. Okay. So the number, the magic number is located B10, which is 1,930. Okay. Where this number come from? It's right here. So this is again, they developed the soybean, depending on the soybean type, then what is the optimum level of CHU? What's the optimal level of temperature combined with formula? Okay, so if the type, soybean type is M005, 1,679, that must be close to this number so that you can harvest. So because we have M070 right here, this guy, so CHU number must be 1,721. Okay, that's the minimum number. Then afterwards you can go ahead harvest. So that's what we're looking at. So rather than just put it manually, you want to use the if function, whether it is ready or not. So the number is not equal, greater than or not equal to 1,721, it's not ready. Okay. Then as soon as it hit this number, then it's going to say ready. Okay. So we're going to use the if function to do that. So that's why we have it here. FH5, which is the cumulative CHU for that particular cell, is greater than or equals to B10, which is 1,721, which is the same thing as here. Okay, B10. B10 is coming from this area. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. So we keep just autofilled and Excel find out when is what's the number that becomes equals or greater than or equals to 1,721. Then you'll see eventually right here the CHU number is 1,033, right? Then it's ready. Is it number correct? 1,003. I think I'm looking at wrong number. Oh, okay. I was looking at wrong soybean. the soybean we should looking is 070, which is this one. So, right. So that's why we have a 1030. So as soon as it reaches or past 1030, then it says ready. Okay. So that's the idea of this column I. Then date column is just simply we just, autofill the date coming from B9, which is the planting date. Okay, we assume planting date is like 2017. Okay. What else we have in column B? Okay, again, the retrieve CHU, that's what we had. Estimate harvest date. I think this is a little interesting because now we figure whether it's ready or not based on column I. So as soon as this ready is appear, then that's why we're going to show the date, which is located in column J. So that's what this VLOOKUP will do. Okay. So as soon as ready is appear in this column I, right here, right, and then when ready appears, it's going to read the date itself. So the date will be August 15, 2017. Okay. So that's how you're going to use the VLOOKUP here. Okay. Then just calculating how many days it took to planting. Let me see anything else I missed. All right. I think we covered. So any question about this project too?
No questions.
We're good? Well, let me see whether I have any questions in the chat. All right. Okay, so if you don't have any questions, I have a question for you. Is anybody plan to take a Microsoft certification exam?
Yes, like the one that we have at the end, I guess, of this
Right,
course.
right.
Yes.
It doesn't have to be and if you think you are ready, you can take any time. And then let me know so that I can help you out for some details.
Yes, like do you have any, I guess like, I don't know, like any recommendation, like do you recommend or, are there some things that we need to focus more on in regards
Yes,
to that?
that's something I can go over next time because I have kind of a study guide and some specific skills they focus on. And I even have some sample tests so that we can go over.
Okay, yes, that would be great. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no problem. Yeah, we can do that.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Anybody else? Question? Yeah, deadline for taking Microsoft exam. I think I put it into GoView, but it's more like a end of April. Okay, the certificate must be submitted, so you should take prior to last week of April. So I think I mentioned a couple of times, but I had students previous semesters. Some of them, they took it like a middle of semester, especially those lower level, which is, they call it associate level. And I think that as soon as you pass like a module 6, I think you should be ready, okay? Because they don't have any complex problems or complex functions in associate level. But if you're talking about expert level, it's a different story. But if you're taking associate level, which is a lower level, I think you should be ready in module 6. And like I said, I'm going to go over some details next time, and with some samples as well. And not only for the Microsoft certificate exam, I think it also help other students, even though you don't take the tests, the Microsoft tests, because that's how Microsoft develop all those skills and certificate process, and they are very much aligned with important Excel skills. So. All right, any other questions, comments? Oh, just one more thing. So this is the midterm week. So meaning I'm going to have to submit the grades, midterm grades. So we're not going to have any exam or anything this week, but I'm going to submit the grade based on what I have so far. So the grade may not include everything that assigned, but it'll only include those assignment or items that are graded up to tomorrow, I guess. Yeah, tomorrow. So just let you know that. Okay. Anybody? Question? And if you don't have any questions, next time, I think you should tell me what you want to do, okay? Next time we're going to go over Microsoft certification exam, but other times, if you have anything that you really want to ask me or something, you have specific questions, I think it's something that we can do about it. So let me know.